Sometimes a small act of kindness can change a person's whole life, or even their last moments. This is the emotional story of a simple taxi driver and an old man who had no one left. If you listen till the end, I promise this story will stay in your heart. My name is Arjun. I am a taxi driver. I live alone in a small rented room in the city. People think taxi drivers have an easy life, but we drive long hours. We face angry customers. We deal with traffic and heat every day. Still, I try to smile, because my mother once told me, Arjun, even a small smile can change someone's bad day. I never knew. One day, my smile would save a life. It was a cold winter morning. My hands were freezing as I cleaned my car. Just then, my phone beeped with a new ride request. Pickup, City Hospital, destination, Green Street. I thought for a second. Someone from the hospital? Maybe they need help. I drove there quickly. When I reached the hospital gate, I saw him. An old man, around 75 or maybe older. Thin, weak, wearing a small sweater that looked too old for the cold weather. He had a tiny bag in his hand. He looked like he had been waiting alone for a long time. He looked at me and smiled softly. Not a happy smile, but the kind that hides pain. I got down, opened the door, and said, "Please sit, sir." He said in a soft, tired voice, "Thank you, Beta." He called me Beta, like a father calls a son. It touched me. After sitting down, he gave the address. Green Street, house number 42. I started driving. For a few minutes, he stayed silent. His hands were shaking slightly. His eyes looked tired, like he had cried recently. Then he said, "Beta, can you talk to me? When I stay quiet, I feel scared." I looked at him through the mirror. "Of course, sir. What happened?" He took a deep breath. "I was in the hospital for 3 days," he said. "No one came to meet me, not even my son." I felt shocked. He continued. "After my wife died, my son changed. He stopped talking to me. One day, he left home. He didn't even say goodbye." His voice broke a little. "Today, the doctor said I can go home. So I thought, maybe my son is waiting. Maybe he missed me." He smiled sadly. "But I know, maybe I am only hoping." There was a long silence. I didn't know what to say. I could only listen. Traffic was heavy. Cars were honking everywhere. The old man slowly placed his hand on the seat and said, "Driver, what is your name?" "Arjun," I replied. "Arjun," he repeated softly. "A beautiful name. It feels good to say it." Then he said something that broke my heart. "These 3 days, you are the first person to talk to me with respect." Imagine, 3 whole days of loneliness, and no one to say a kind word. As we got closer to Green Street, the old man looked outside the window again and again. His eyes were searching, hoping, waiting. He whispered, "Maybe my son will open the door when we reach. Maybe he will say, 'Papa, where were you?'" I nodded, but inside my chest, my heart felt heavy. I wished his hope would come true, but life is not always kind. We reached house number 42. The old man held his breath, but the house looked abandoned. Dust on the door, broken pots outside, no lights, no sound. He looked confused. Arjun, this is not right. Where is my son?" I saw tears forming in his eyes. "Wait, sir," I said. "Let me check." I knocked on the door. No answer. I asked the neighbor. She said, "Oh, the young man? He moved 1 month ago. Didn't tell anyone where he went." I felt a sharp pain inside my chest. I turned to the old man. He was staring at the ground. Tears falling silently, he whispered, "So he really left me? He left forever." At that moment, I knew I could not leave him alone. "Sir," I said softly, "please come with me. My house is small, but you can rest there for today." He looked at me, shocked. You will take me home?" he asked. "Yes, sir. No one should be alone today." For a moment, he didn't speak. Then he held my hand tightly and nodded. We reached my home. I helped him sit on a chair. I made hot tea and gave him some biscuits. He looked around and said, "It is small, but it feels peaceful." He took a sip of tea and smiled. A long time ago, someone used to make tea for me just like this. His eyes became wet, remembering his wife. He said, "Arjun, today you gave me something I lost long ago, a home feeling." After some time, he went to the washroom. When he returned, he gave me a folded paper. "For you?" he said. I opened it. It was his medical report. At the bottom it said, "Final stage heart condition, very little time left." I looked at him, shocked. He smiled softly. I knew my time was close, but I didn't want to die in that empty house, alone, forgotten. A tear fell from my eyes. He gently touched my shoulder. "You gave me love today, more than my own blood." 2 nights later, he passed away in his sleep, peaceful, calm, not alone. I did all the hospital formalities. When I checked the file, I saw a small note written by the doctor. Patient's last wish. He wanted someone to call him father again. I closed my eyes and whispered, "Goodbye, Papa. You were never alone." Thank you for listening to this emotional story on Word Glow. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. More heart-touching stories come every week.